Right, today I'm going to be making sausage casserole, and I'm going to try and show you a few tips on how to make that. Follow me. Right, we have two nondescript packs, as in not described in the supermarket, packs of sausages. I've got a Sicilian sausage flavour and 6 caramelised onion flavoured sausages. Vegetable wise, I have some leeks, 1 carrot, big carrot. I'd like to say it's from my garden, but it's not. We have some potatoes. I've got 5 there, I don't know if I'll use them all yet. We've also got some sweet potatoes, some onions and some garlic. Sweet potatoes. I would normally put onion in, but because I'm putting leeks in, I'm not going to put onion, I'm just going to put 1 shallot in. Also, some of the sausages are caramelised onion, so obviously it means we need less onion. I've got half a jar of Italian passata, which I used yesterday to make my wolf eggs. Wolf eggs are another recipe that I'll show another day. So there you go, a jar of passata as well. Okay, right, so the first step will be obviously to wash my hands and to get the carrots, the potatoes all washed and peeled. I'll go off and do that, and I shall see you again in a second. Right, so once you've washed and peeled your veg, you can start chopping it and put it into a bowl. Knife. You've got a nice chop knife. The beauty about making stew is that if you've got any sort of little bits and bobs that you've got left over, you know, bits of veg or anything like that, that you've not used for cooking, but that aren't enough to make a new meal, you can always use them to sort of add to your casserole. So we'll start by chopping the potatoes. You want to chop them roughly. Depends to size. Depends what sort of size you like them. Obviously, the bigger they are, the longer they're going to take to cook. The smaller they are, you've got a chance of them disintegrating. You want to be setting your oven really at a temperature preheated of somewhere between 140 and 160, depending how long you want to cook your sausage casserole for. I've set mine to 140, sort of 150. In fact, I've turned it up to 160 because my initial plan was to cook it for about 3 hours, but the rate I'm going at the moment, it's going to take a little bit longer than that at 140. So, turned it up to 160, about 2 hours, 2 hours and a half. Should be enough really to cook it. The trick is to obviously check it once every 45 minutes or so, give it a good stir. I've got my potatoes and all my veg from my local butcher. They do excellent meat. My sausages, however, I got from the supermarket. Pure reason being is that my local butcher's meat is great, but I'm not too keen on their sausages. I find it a little bit too rusky, so it puts me off a little bit. Also, of the 5 potatoes I had, I decided only to use 4 because otherwise it's not all going to fit in my casserole dish. Tails of the carrot, slice it in half if it's a big one. Again, you want to cook it. But bear in mind that carrot usually takes longer than the potato to cook, so you don't want to have your carrot chunks too big if you're planning on cooking it quickly. I've also remembered that in the fridge I've got some other veg that I want to use. I've got some asparagus, and I've never put asparagus in stew before, so I don't know what it's going to be like, but I'm going to try it anyway as I've got it, and it needs eating. And I've got some mange tout to put in as well. Right, so, okay, next, okay, I've also chopped the sweet potato. If you bear in mind the sweet potato is going to probably disintegrate, but it'll give a nice texture to your sauce in the stew, thickening it up, and it will also make it quite sweet. So, next we're going to chop and throw in the shallot. You can do it finely, you can do it roughly, it's up to you, entirely up to you how you like it. Some people don't like big bits of onion, some people like the taste, don't like the texture at all. A good trick for that is if you actually blend your onion in a little blender. Okay, you chop your onion, throw that in. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my casserole dish out and put this in the casserole dish to see how I'm doing for space. Okay, so I'm going to throw my veg into the casserole dish to see how I'm getting on for space. At the moment, I can already see that it's looking quite full. You've got maybe that much of that space left, and I've also got 12 sausages to put in there, and then there's the sauce as well, so I can't be going too mad really. So next I'm going to crush my garlic and chop it up and do this, then chop up my leeks. Probably only use 1 leek now, given the space restrictions. I mean, that casserole dish full will probably feed 2 adults, 2 children, and have enough left over to give the wife to take to work for a lunch the next day, which is always good. My wife gets to take in some nice dishes the next day. She sticks in a plastic pot, takes them to work, eating hot or cold, they're nice. Okay, quickly wash the leek, and now rinse off my board very quickly just in case any mud from the vegetables runs on it. And the vegetables were all washed, but you never know. Chop it nice and rough, so now you can do this with sausages, but you can also do it with other meats. Obviously there's a few little bits and bobs, little tweaks that you need to add here and there, maybe different herbs. I'm not going to go over the top on the herbs in this one because my sausages will contain or have plenty of herbs in them, which will give flavour, plenty of flavour. Okay, so garlic. Nice garlic clove. Again, depending how much you like garlic, depends on how much you want to put in. I like garlic. I don't like it too much though. I don't like it when food is overpowered by the taste of the garlic and you can't taste anything else. So I'll just give the garlic a little crush. Okay, and quick slicing. Yeah, rough, it doesn't have to be fine. At the end of the day, this is also going to disintegrate in the casserole pot while it's cooking. Right, now we need to add salt and pepper. I'd say the reason I'm using this is just gives me an idea of what's going to go in. Some pepper. Okay. There you go. Obviously while it's cooking you want to taste it, and that will enable you to see if there's enough salt. Always best to put maybe less in when you're preparing the food, because you can always add afterwards. Herbs, I'm going to add a bit of thyme. There we go. Put the thyme in there. Now, I mustn't forget to throw in a bit of olive oil. I'm not going to need too much olive oil because, as I said, the olives and the sausages themselves are going to bring out quite a lot of fat, which is also going to contribute to the juices. So you can either put them in whole or chop them up. I'm just going to separate them. Sausage is still a little bit frozen. Doesn't matter because the amount of time it's going to be in the oven, they'll defrost quick enough. But just to help them defrost that little bit quicker when they're in there, I am going to chop them in half. So they're nearly defrosted. Nearly. Okay. There we go. Sausage. Okay, there we go. So, just separating them. You don't have to separate them, you can leave them whole, gives them that little bit of sense of authenticity, but it does help when you're stirring if the parts of sausages are all separated, they don't get tangled in. Right, so I've thrown all that in, and my casserole pot is full to the brim. I'm just going to quickly wash my hands after playing with the sausage. So, as you all know, after you play with sausages, you should wash your hands. Same with any raw meat, really. Put the soap there. Okay. Right. Need to give these sausages a nice stirring now, as we add the final touches. Okay, stirring the veg to the sausages. In fact, I'm going to get my hands in here and I'll just wash them. I'll just have to wash them again. Just easier to get hands on sometimes is a lot easier, I find, than maybe just using a spoon. It's the same, for example, if you're making burgers or meatballs and you know you've got all the mixture in the bowl. What's the point in using a spoon? Get your hands in there and get the mix in. Let's get a feel for your food. You can always wash your hands afterwards. Right, so now we're going to add some juice. Quickly wash my hands again. Okay, I'm going to add some of this passata. I'm not going to put it all in, there's half a jar there. I'm just going to give it a little dusting. Just makes that sauce that little bit red, helps the oil, brings out the flavour in the oil as well. I'm going to put some wine in. I'm using an Australian Shiraz. About £6 a bottle. About half a glass of wine in there. Again, you don't want to put too much juices in because a lot of juices come out from the veg and also from the sausages, otherwise it'll start off as well. Now at this point I am going to use a spoon because some may say I'm a wuss, some may say I'm fussy, but I've just washed my hands 3 times on the trot with soap. Antibacterial is still coming out, so that's going to nicely dry my hands out, I guess. Okay, so it would appear that the sausage casserole is ready to go in the oven. Okay, so one last look at this if you wish. Okay, pop the lid on that. Just one last thing before I do go. I'm going to put the mange 2 in, but I've changed my mind. I'm going to put peas in instead. These peas because the wife loves peas. So just frozen peas straight in. Again, these will cook while it's in there. So. Okay, give it a good stir, and there you go. Within 30 minutes, not even that, you have prepared a lovely sausage casserole. So now all you need to do is pop it in the oven and leave it there for 2.5 hours maybe. Decent temperature. If you want to leave it for longer, if I had the time, I would personally leave it for longer because 3 hours helps the flavour more. So, the peas are in, lid is on. Okay, quickly give the hands another quick wash. Okay. Right. Pop it in the oven. And you're good to go. To go and pick the kids up from school, bring them home, help them with their homework. It's what? My time, it's about 3:15 now. By 5:30, that food's going to be ready and we're going to sit down, we're going to eat. Nice and quick. Okay, thanks for tuning in and thank you. Good luck. I hope your food is nice. Leave me some comments, let me know how your sausage casserole went. Thank you.